Hi friends, welcome to another episode of the Stuttering Hub Video Show. I hope all of you are well. In today's show, I want to talk a little bit about the technique of anchoring and how you apply this to stammering. Now, anchoring, it's all about conditioning. We humans are conditioned to respond to stimuluses around us all the time. For instance, if you smell some delicious chocolate chip cookies baking inside your kitchen, you might begin to feel pleasant feelings of really wanting to grab one of those cookies right now. The smell might even just make your mouth start watering there and then. That is an example of a positive response to a stimulus. But we can also have unhelpful ones or negative ones. Somebody says something to you and you respond with anger or you respond with frustration. Why doesn't that person understand what I'm talking about? Well, with anchoring, what you can do is you can actually create new responses yourselves to situations, or rather to stimuluses. So, for instance, if you want to create a response of confidence, then you can do this by creating and setting off an anchor. So, how do you do this? Well, you can create an anchor. It's very simple. You can the first step usually is to imagine a time when you felt the state or the emotion that you want to create. So what is the response that you want? So for instance, say that you want to create a state of confidence. Well, you could remember a time when you felt confident. And as you do, you allow all the thoughts, any feelings, any sounds, any pictures inside your mind to just arise and allow them to be invoked until you begin to feel confident. And when you do, when your state or when the response you want is at a very high level, say a number 10 out of 10, that is when you set the anchor. So how do you do this? For instance, it can be touching a part of your body. So for instance, I've set anchors of self-confidence just by touching my index finger and my thumb. You can also set anchors by a little pressure just here under your shoulder. So what you do is when you are in that high intensity state, that is when you also fire off your anchor. Okay? And what you are actually doing here is you are actually setting off a stimulus, which is the actual touch, to then fire off the anchor or the response which you want. Now, it's important that the anchors which you set, the intensity of them, they are very high and that the state is pure. So it's important to remember whatever emotion you want to create in a very pure manner. We don't want to mix any other emotions with it. So if I want a state of confidence, I don't want to mix it with any other emotion. We want it to be as pure as possible. And the purpose behind this is that it's a tool which you can use to access whatever state you want to create whenever you need it. So say for instance you have to go into a speaking situation. You might need some confidence to get you into it. So just before you go in, you fire off the anchor. And as you do, you begin to feel the state again within yourself. And then you go for it. Well friends, that is the end of today's show. I'm going to put some more detailed steps of how to create and set up anchors inside the post which will be corresponding to this video. Have a great weekend and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.